The second step of backwards design is assessments. And one of the major places to create assessments is in assignments. So I want to show you a few things in assignments. So over in assignments, you have all of your assignments and you can organize them according to groups. So you can add assignments and you can add groups. If I go down to the bottom of this, you'll see that I have other groups such as final experience and midterm exams. And you do that by adding a group. Well, the advantage of having groups, besides just organizing your assignments, is that you can weight the grading. If I go here to assignment groups weight, I can make each of those groups worth so much of the total grade. Now, you don't have to do that. You can easily just turn that off, and now I'm grading completely off of points. But if I do want to weight my grades, here's the place to do it. I'm going to go into this assignment to show you a few other things. So the first thing I'll point out within the assignment is to remember the principle of clear instructions and expectations. So make sure that you have clear instructions. In this case, we have very brief instructions, and there's a lot more instructions in this document that they're going to download and read. And also I want to point out that a rubric can help clear things up for the students and also set expectations so that they'll know what you're going to be grading on. So I'm going to edit this. And now that I'm editing this assignment, I just want to point out that sometimes it helps in your instructions to give them bullet points. I'm not saying that in this case it makes sense, because in this case it doesn't. But in some cases it really helps to just throw a little bit of organization into it doing that. I also want to point out to you in assignments that you can create group assignments. So you can easily make this a group assignment. And when you do this, it makes it so that only one person in the group of students needs to submit the assignment. And once that student submitted it, it's submitted for everyone in the group. And once you've graded it, it's graded for everyone in the group. So that's a nice, easy feature to use if that's what you want to achieve. Another nice thing is the peer review. You can easily assign students to peer review each other's work. So for example, if the students are turning in an essay, you can set it up here so that each student has to peer review at least 2 essays of other students in the class. So that's a nice feature. And of course, don't forget to set a due date so that the students know exactly when it's due, and it'll show up in their calendar, and it sets the expectations again. Now, concerning where to put assignments, we do not put assignments in assignments. I mean, from the student's point of view, we want it not to be seen in the assignments because the assignments, if you'll remember, has got all of your assignments, and some of them aren't even being used, and there's lots of them, and it's not in chronological order. So what we typically do is we turn off assignments from the student's view. We don't allow them to see assignments usually, um, but instead we put them into modules. So if you'll remember, our home page is organized in a way that we can easily get to each week of the class. And so if the student goes to, for example, week 2, in this case, wait for the system to catch up here, then they can see in context of week 2, they can see that problem, that assignment that I was just showing you earlier. And it's in context. They can see, oh, I need to start working on that on Friday. and it's due next week on Wednesday. So in review, assignments are a great way to create assessments. And as we're creating assignments, we want to make sure that our instructions are clear and that our expectations are set clearly and that we have a focus on making this make sense, logical sense, and chronological sense to the students.